Your Honor, thank you for talking to Novi Magazine.
My pleasure.
The reason you are in Belgrade, you've been in Belgrade for these 2 days, is this conference. Can you tell me something about your impressions regarding the conference that have just ended?
Sure. I was invited by the U.S. Embassy to come here and to attend the conference of the women judges, Serbian women judges, the regional conference actually that invited judges from the other regions to also join them here. Amazing conference. We brainstormed. This program was put together due to the 16-day activism for gender-based violence that's going on across the world right now. And so I talked about the gender-based violence and programs that we have in San Diego that we have created that helps the victims. And the other women judges talked about their own experiences in their own courts. So we had all these different experiences from all these different courts that we shared with each other. We learned from each other, and we're hoping that we take these back home and we improve our systems.
You're the first Iranian American judge in San Diego, California. And you have been serving for 17 years, right?
That's correct.
As a judge and judicial officer.
Yes.
With the Los Angeles and San Diego Supreme Courts.
Superior Court.
Superior Courts,
yes.
Sorry. So you dealt with all kinds of legal stuff, like civil, criminal, family law, and all that stuff. You have also an extensive teaching experience.
Yes.
And you received, as far as I found out, you received numerous awards for your work. And you're also former president of the National Association of Women Judges.
Correct.
Okay. So bearing all that in mind, and in addition to the fact that you left your Tehran, Iran, in 1978 from the college.
Yes.
You studied law there?
No, I studied English literature.
English literature,
yes.
In Tehran.
In Tehran,
okay.
yes.
And so my first question will be related to how your first days in America were.
Well, we had to get out of Iran in a rush, basically. That was not something that we had planned to do. So my father basically said, you always had a dream of going to medical school. Why don't you go to America to go to medical school and take your younger brother with you? He was 15 years at the time. So he said, there's going to be trouble here and he might get killed, and just take him out. So that's why we left. We went to the United States thinking that we were going to go back.
Okay. And then what was the first thing that you do? How you switched to law?
So I soon realized, a few months after I arrived into the United States, there was a revolution in Iran in 1979, February 1979. And I realized that my family's life was in danger in Iran, and I had to try to get them out to save their lives. So I just went to a law library, started reading about international refugee laws and also immigration laws. And soon I became an expert in both laws, and one by one, I started filing papers and in winning my family's case and taking them out of Iran.
So afterwards, you completely switched to the law, right?
Yes. Well, it was around that time a lawyer saw my work, and he was so impressed that I had done so much work and I was not even in law school. So he told me, you got talent, you have to go to law school. And he offered me a job, full-time job at his law firm, and he made me the head of his immigration department, even though I had no law degree at the time, and because I knew more than anybody else in that office.
And then you graduated from?
University of Louisville in Kentucky.
In Kentucky,
yes. And then I moved to California, and I volunteered actually for a while for Catholic Charities and Immigration Department. And there were a lot of refugees coming from different countries, and they needed someone to help the refugees, and I decided to help them out. So I did some volunteer work for them until I passed the California bar, and I was allowed to practice law there. So I practiced for a few years. I worked basically on both sides of the aisle. I was a defense attorney. I worked for the U.S. Department of Justice as the prosecutor for a while, and then basically decided to go back to school. I went back to Georgetown Law, and I got my LLM degree in international and comparative law. So, and then after that, I basically went back, did some more work as an attorney. After 3 years, I applied to the governor's office, and I got appointed as a judge.
I would like to know, I read about Color Justice and Mentor JET. These are your programs, basically. You introduced them.
I introduced them in California. These are programs.
What's the essence of those programs?
So the programs were created by the members of the National Association of Women Judges. And I loved this program so much that I decided to bring it to my own community in California. So what I did is I asked for judges and attorneys to volunteer to help me in my community. And we bring a group of disadvantaged children to court. These are children who are either in foster care. Oftentimes they either have only one parent or no parent. They have no role models. And these are children who often don't finish high school. They leave school and they end up in poverty, and they don't amount to anything in life, in a sense. They don't achieve their potential. So we wanted to help them to achieve their potential. We knew that they're bright and they can do anything. So we basically bring them in, we mentor them. And with the Mentor JET program, it is like speed mentoring, basically. We bring a group of 25 kids and 25 judges. We sit them across the table, and we give each child 5 minutes with each mentor. They talk to each other about dreams, aspirations, what they want to do. The judges share their experiences with the children. And then we ring a bell, the mentor moves to the next child. So by the end of 2 hours, all the children have met all the mentors and have learned from them. And we exchange business cards. They give them business cards. They tell them they're there for them if they ever need them. And they kind of keep in touch with them and guide them through life. And if they have any issues, they will call a judge and ask for advice in their schoolwork or whatever they want to do. So we want to make these children believe that anything is possible for them in life, and they can achieve anything they set their mind to. And we hope that they will follow careers in law and judiciary. That's what we try to encourage them to do.
So have those programs met your expectations so far?
Absolutely. We are making a huge difference. I have one of I call them my babies, who is in law school now. And she has told me that she's going to become a judge, and I have no doubt that she will. And she was the first child. She has 7 brothers and sisters, and she was the first child ever to go to college from her family. She actually got a scholarship to University of San Diego, and she's doing great.